Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to look at this portulacaria afra lilliput. I've just got it in this plastic training pot, and kind of early development stages is going to be kind of a slanting style, but just letting it grow out a little bit to get a little more size, a little more thickness to the trunk. But today I'm just going to give it a quick maintenance prune. Just kind of inspect it, look at it because some of these shoots are getting pretty long before they really start thickening up, and where it's too late to work on them. I'm just going to knock some of those back and going to get it cleaned up a little bit. It's not going to look like much today, but it's just one of those steps that you go through just to keep it in check and let it continue to develop and branch out. Because every time you cut it back, it's going to branch more. So just when it's early stages of development like this, just try to keep them pruned, just so they continue to branch out. Let's see. And you can kind of go ahead and correct anything you see wrong or that you don't like. Like right here, we've got this branch coming out, a nice horizontal position here, but then we've got this other one kind of growing right almost out of the same point, and it's growing up and kind of back. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove that. Try to keep my hand out of the way so you can see it, but this is the branch that this one here that's going up. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. And then just let that continue to grow out and develop that pad over there. I think these are fine. This can probably come back a little bit more. And I'm not going to wire any of these today. And I like this branch here. It's coming out. I like this branch coming up and then kind of going out horizontal, but I don't like this one that comes up vertical and then kind of veers back off. So I'll go ahead and get rid of that one. Go down a little bit more. Just continuing to look at it and inspect it here. And some of these smaller shoots, I may choose to go ahead and get rid of those in the future, but for now I'm just going to let them grow, because I can always take them off later. In the early development, like this tree's in early stages, the more leaves you have on the tree, the faster it's going to grow. So I try to keep as many leaves on as I can without really maybe causing inverse taper or growth where I don't want it. So these small branches aren't going to do much. And they're not bar branches or anything, so it's not going to cause any undue swelling in the trunk. So I think we're good to leave those as they are. This one's kind of coming down a little bit more than I want it to, but in the future, you know, I could wire that up, something like that, so it's more horizontal. Same thing with this guy. You know, he can be a little more horizontal with some wire in the future. Don't really like this. This probably have to be wired up sometime too. That's just I don't know, if you let these lilliputs grow, because they want to just kind of trail off. So when you have like those long shoots I had up here, they'll grow up, but then they'll start drooping over. So if you let them go too long, you get that droopy look in the branches. And sometimes I want that, you know, just maybe show a sign of age, an old branch kind of drooping down. But some of it's a little, you know, when you get these droops up here, if you let them grow too long, it just hardens up the branch and makes it hard to correct if you don't want that. So it's kind of a fine line between letting it grow out to gain some size in the tree, but then you don't want to let it grow too much, especially these branches on top where they get too thick and big, and then you've got taper issues all the way through the tree where you've got branches down here that are thinner than the ones up here, and you end up having to cut all those ones off the top and regrow them. So it's kind of a decision you have to make. And I like my trees to lean to the left for some reason. I just think it looks better. But this one, it's almost shaping up to where it's going to be leaning to the right, because I like this. I mean, any one of these could kind of develop into back branches. So just have this thick branch here that's a nice back branch. But anyway, it could go, I mean, really at this point, you could call either side the front, but I think it's too early to decide on that. And I had this rock in here originally just to provide some support, but I don't need it there, but that's why that rock's there. I do have some vertical branches here, but since they're up at the apex, I think I'm okay with that for now. I may choose to cut some of those back. It is kind of thick too, though. That was some of those long shoots. Let me know which one it was now, but it was something, you know, cut something like that off of it. I don't really see anything else that's really wrong with the structure. So I think I probably will. I think I am going to take this back. It's just too thick. So I'll let those two smaller branches down below kind of start growing up and fill that in. It was bugging me and wasn't going to fix itself, so. The tops of the trees usually grow faster, so you can be a little more aggressive on pruning the tops back. Yeah, I think that'll just about do it for today. Like I said, it's still really early in development, so it doesn't look like a whole lot, but if you work with trees enough, you can I can kind of see the future vision of it, but where I think I want to take it, but that doesn't always stay either, because as the tree grows, you know, it maybe morphs and takes on a little bit different look. So. I think that's going to just about do it, I think, for today. I don't know, we could probably cut this guy back. Like I said, I can fix those later with some wire, just to wire that up and have a nice full pad over there. That's for a later project. Yep. So I think that'll do it. Let me give you a quick spin around. There's the front. There's the left side. There's the back. And the right side. And back to the front. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.